Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you how I made the bass in my remix of Into Your Eyes by You and What Army. Let me just show you what it sounds like. Here it is, loaded up in Audacity. This is the MP3. So yeah, it's like some sort of a Dutch house style thing. I used two different instances of massive, I guess. So let's just load up a new sound here and in massive. This is a blank patch. So this first sound is going to be 3 oscillators. So make sure all of them are on. Route them all to filter 1. And if you're going to be doing a pitch bend Dutch house style thing, I'd recommend going into the pitch bend section and putting it up to 12. Otherwise, it's not going to bend. Okay, the first oscillator is going to be, if it'll frickin' open, the screamer oscillator. Set it to bend plus. The wavetable position is up slightly. The intensity is all the way up. And the amp is going to be right here. And put it down 3 octaves. I mean, the reason why I'm putting it down so low is because I guess when I was making the song, I was playing like a higher note. So that's why it's probably so low, but you don't have to put it as low as me if you're like playing a lower note on your MIDI keyboard. So it's very non-exciting. Trust me, we'll get into the good stuff later. The second oscillator is going to be drive 2. Set it to bend plus minus. I mean minus plus. I guess it's just a matter of perspective. Put it down 3 octaves. Again, I was probably playing a really high note, so you don't have to put it down as low as I am if you play a lower note. There we go. Wavetable position all the way down. Intensity is all the way up, and the amp is at the same position as the first oscillator, so about there. Route to filter 1, and you're good to go. This is what it should sound like. And both of them together should sound like this. Don't worry, the effects will beef it up. I already said that, but whatever. Okay, the third oscillator is going to be scrapyard. Your wavetable is going to be about there. Your intensity is going to be right there. And amp is going to be right there, like halfway down. And we're going to set this to minus 48, I think. Let me check my paper. I wrote everything down. Yes, minus 48. This is very low, but again, okay, I'm not going to say it anymore. Oh yeah, set it to bend plus minus, and you're good to go. This is what it should sound like. All 3 of them together should sound like this. Okay, so now we're going to get into the effect goodness. Filter 1, hold on, let's just turn up these knobs. Make sure you do that. Filter 1 is going to be scream filter. The cutoff is going to be all the way up. The scream is going to be about there. And the resonance is going to be right here. And so this is what this is what it sound like with it. So without it and with it. As you can see, it's a big difference. For our first effect, you're going to be using classic tube, distortion. Dry wet is going to be about here. Drive is going to be all the way up. And I guess these 2 knobs are just the odd men out. For your second effect, you are going to use a dimension expander. Your dry wet is going to be about there. Your size is going to be right there. For your EQ, everything is boosted slightly, except for the frequency knob. So this is what it should sound like with the effects, and this is what it should sound like without it. Very big difference. And the last thing we're going to be using is a parabolic shape ale. Your dry wet is going to be here, and your drive is going to be in the 12 o'clock position. So without it and with it. I mean, it's not, you can barely hear the difference, but it does something. It's very barely noticeable. So that's it for massive. Next thing I used was sausage fattener. So the fatness is going to be at 26%. Color is going to go all the way up, and the gain is at minus 5.5 decibels. So this is what it should sound like without it and with it. It makes it, you know, more fat. It does take out some of the high frequencies, but that's what the EQing is for. So this is my EQ section. I took out some of the lows because the sub bass does most of the bassy work. I boosted, you know, the mids a little bit. The highs were boosted drastically. That's what gives it its very, you know, distorted sound. So without it and with it. EQing is absolutely vital when you're making, you know, these really distorted basses. Okay, the second sound was also made in Massive, and it only used one oscillator. And the oscillator I used was everyone's favorite oscillator, totally underused. Almost no one uses it who owns Native Instruments Massive. Modern Talking. Yeah, I went there. And just in case you didn't know, I was being sarcastic. Almost everyone uses this oscillator in like every single patch they make. I mean, at least I'm aware of it. Like, you gotta give me credit there. Come on. Come on. Come on! Fine, be that way. Jeez, you guys are so mean. Anyway, right up to filter 1. Your wavetable position is going to be right there. The intensity is up all the way, and amp up all the way. And, well, that's it. This is what it should sound like. Oh, wait. That's not what it should sound like, because I didn't put it down in octaves yet. So, negative 36 should do the trick if you're playing the note I am. Okay, that's very low. This is what it should sound like. Filter 1 is going to be a low pass 4. Bring up these knobs. I don't know, it just makes the sound louder. The cutoff is going to be all the way up. Resonance is going to be all the way down. So this is what it should sound like now. Not really much of a difference, still pretty soft. So now we'll get into the effects. Your first effect is going to be classic tube distortion again. Your dry wet is going to be about here. Your drive is going to be about here. So this is what it should sound like without it and with it. So it makes it louder, it gives it more of a distorty, if that's not even a word, a distorted sounding bass. Your second effect is going to be chorus ensemble. Your dry wet is going to be about here. Your rate is going to be here. And the offset and depth are going to be at the 12 o'clock position. For EQing, everything is boosted except the boost this time. Before, everything was boosted except the frequency. This time, it's the boost that stays at the 12 o'clock position. So, yeah. This is what it should look like. So, this is what it sounds like with the effects. And without the effects. So it makes a big difference. The last effect you're using is a parabolic shaper. The dry wet is going to be there. And the drive is going to be there. So without the parabolic shaper, and with it. Gives it a more brighter sound, I guess. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. If you're doing the pitch bend stuff as well, go into the oscillator section and put it up 12. So that's it for Massive. I also use Sausage Fattener for this. These are pretty similar patches. In fact, the EQing is exactly the same. And also the settings for Sausage Fattener are the same. So fatness is 26%, color all the way up, and gain minus 5.5 decibels. So this is what it should sound like without it and with it. So yeah. And yeah, just to show you the EQing again, this is what it should look like. So just copy these settings down, I guess, because I'm very terrible at recreating EQing. So yeah, so that's what hopefully I recreated these patches very similar to the actual song. So let me just play these quickly. So yeah, that's basically it. You know, you add your kicks, your side chains, and your drums and everything, and this is what it should sound like. Yeah, that's basically it. So for those of you who aren't coming here from the Boy in a Band forum, and you're just watching this from my channel, and you weren't aware of this contest, you can listen to the whole song on my SoundCloud account. I'll post the link somewhere on the screen right now. I also have a bunch of my other songs on there that aren't on this channel currently, so if you want to check those out too, go right ahead. Anyway, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it helped you make a completely awesome dirty bass patch that really doesn't sound that great because I just started using Massive like a month ago. But I did my best, alright? So thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.